All right, this is Ubaid on behalf of Electronics, and in this video, we'll be solving word problems one more time, okay, using math. All right, so when it comes to word problems, let's start off with question 11. A helicopter averaged 90 miles per hour in calm air. Okay, flying with the wind, it was able to travel 250 miles in the same amount of time it took to travel 200 miles against it. Okay, what is the speed of the wind? Okay, so first things first, we know that the speed of the helicopter is 90 miles per hour. It's given. Okay, we also know the distance. We know the total distance, which is 250 plus 200. And we know that 90 plus W, okay, which is the speed of the wind, okay, equals, all right, okay, a certain amount of distance. And we also know that 90 minus W, okay, equals a certain amount of distance. Okay, so that will be 90 plus W into time, okay, equals 90 minus W into time. Okay, so speed will be miles per hour. Let's go ahead and write this down. So we know that the speed of the helicopter, this is 90 miles per hour. All right, so this is 90 miles per hour. Okay, we also know that the total distance, okay, your distance, this is 250 plus 200, which is 450 miles. This is your total distance. Okay, 450 miles. All right. Now, we need to figure out the speed of the wind. Okay, we know that in order for you to figure out the distance, okay, one way, this will be speed in miles per hour into time in hours. Okay, so this will be your distance. Distance equals miles. Okay, likewise, if you have your distance in miles and you need to figure out your time, which is in hours, so time, this will be miles into hours, divide by miles, okay, equals hours. Okay, so you can solve this equation by figuring out the units, okay, by solving for the units. All right, so we know that total distance is 450 miles. Okay, this is miles. And we know that the speed of the helicopter is 90 miles per hour. However, there is a catch. Okay, the first part of the journey, the helicopter is traveling with the wind. Okay, in the second part of the journey, the helicopter is traveling against it. Okay, so we know that 90 miles per hour, the speed of the helicopter, plus the speed of the wind, okay, into your time, okay, this is the first equation, equals the distance. All right, now we know that the distance is 250 miles. So distance has been given. So we know that 90 miles per hour, okay, plus W, that's the speed of the wind, into time, okay, equals distance. Your distance is, okay, 250 miles with the wind. All right. And we also know that 90 miles per hour plus W, minus W, because at this point it's traveling against the wind. So this is minus W, okay, into T equals 200 miles. All right. So when it's traveling against the wind, it travels 200 miles. Okay, so we have these two equations over here. This is equation number 1, and this is equation number 2. All right, so what do we do with all these variables? We need to figure out the speed of the wind, which is W. Okay, so what we can do is isolate for T. Okay, so we know that T okay, this will be 250. Okay, because at this point this is 90 miles plus W into T. So we know that T equals miles into hours, okay, over miles, okay, or T equals, you basically simplify for T. Okay, so T equals 250. This is 250 miles. Okay. All right. So 250 miles. All right. So your T will be 250 divided by, okay, this is 90 plus W. All right. So 90 plus W. That's for the first equation. This is equation number 1. And for the second equation, your time will be 200 divided by 90 minus W. This is the speed of the helicopter. Take away speed of the wind because it's going against the wind. All right. So now what we can do is we can solve for this variable over here, W. Okay, speed of the wind. So we know that 250 divided by 90 plus W, this is first part of the journey, will take the same amount of time, okay, as the second part of the journey. Okay, so 200 divided by 90 minus W. Okay, notice the distance is different, okay, for these two journeys, right? And that's the reason why they take the same amount of time, even though one of them, okay, for one of them you're going with the wind, for the second one you're going against the wind. Okay, since the distance is different, the time will be the same. Okay, so now what you can do is you can solve for W. So in order for you to solve for W, okay, you simply rearrange. So this goes on the other side. So 250 into 90 minus W. Okay, equals 200 into 90 plus W. All right, so 250 into 90, how much is that? So 250 into 90, this will be 22,500 minus 250W equals 200 into 90 is how much? This is 200 into 90. This will be 18,000. Okay, so 18,000 plus 200W. So we know that 200 plus 250 will be 450W. Okay, and this figure over here, this will be 22,500. Take away 18,000. This will be 4,500. So your W speed of the wind, okay, will be 10 miles per hour. And you can sub in this value, okay, in the first and second equations. Okay, so over here you have 10. So 250, okay, divide by 90 plus 10, which is 100, which means this will become 25. Okay, and 90 minus W, which is 10. So 90 minus 10 is 80. Okay, so this is 200 divided by 80. Okay, so 20 divided by 8. This will be 2.5. Okay. So 2.5 over here, 2.5 over here. So 250 divided by 100 is 2.5. Okay, and this will be 2.5. So left-hand side equals right-hand side. All right, so this is basically how you solve for this equation, or this word problem rather. Okay, now moving further down, okay, you have another word problem. This has to do with a boat. So a boat averaged 12 miles per hour in still water. On a trip downstream with the current, the boat was able to travel 26 miles. The boat then turned around and returned upstream 33 miles. How fast was the current? The total trip took 5 hours. So at this point, we know that the speed of the boat is 12 miles per hour. Okay, this is a similar equation, an equation that will be solved in the same way to some extent. So we know that the speed of the boat is 12 miles per hour, so B equals 12 miles per hour. This is the speed. Okay, we also know that on the trip downstream, okay, with the current, the boat was able to travel 26 miles. So we know that D1 equals 26. That's for the first part of the journey. And upstream, the second part of the journey is 33 miles. And we also know that total time was, as listed over here, 5 hours. Okay, so total time is 5 hours. So going back to what we learned in example 1, okay, we know that distance equals miles over h, stands for hour, okay, which is your speed. So speed times time. Okay, so distance equals speed times time, which will give you distance in miles. Time equals distance, which is in miles, divide by speed, this is in miles per hour. Okay, so these two cancel out, which means you'll get your time in hours. Okay, so we know that time equals distance over speed. We use the same concept over here. Time equals distance over speed, and distance equals speed into time. Okay, these two equations. All right, so we know that the speed of the boat, this is 12, plus the speed of the current. Okay, we don't know what the speed of the current is. Okay, 12 plus c, okay, into time equals 26. So distance traveled in the first part of the journey was 26 miles. We also know that 12 minus c against the current upstream into time was 33. So you solve for t for both of these equations, and we have, therefore, t equals 26 divided by 12 plus c. This is equation number 1. Therefore, t equals 33, okay, divided by 12 minus c. This is equation number 2. So 26 plus, okay, this is 26 divided by 12 plus c equals 33 divided by 12 minus c. In order for you to figure out the value for c, Okay, so to figure out the value for C, what you're going to do is you're going to say, hey, listen, 26 over 12 plus C, okay, equals, okay, 33 divided by 12 minus C. So this is 33 divided by 12 minus C. All right, so 26 into 12 minus C equals 33 into 12 plus C. Okay. All right. So, okay, this will be 26 into 12. Okay, let's see what we get over here. So 26 into 12, this will be 312. So 312 minus 26C equals 33 into 12 is how much? So 33 into 12, this will be 396 plus 33C. All right, so we know that 33C plus 26C. All right, so this will be 396. Okay, take away. Okay, 312. All right, this will be 33 plus 26. So 33 plus 26. This will be 59C. 59C equals 396, take away 312. This is 84. All right, which means that your C will be 84 divided by 59. Okay, this is 84 divided by 59. This will be 1.42. So roughly 1 mile per hour. That will be the speed of your current. Okay, if you round it off. All right. So that is the speed of your current. So this is basically how you solve word problems, okay, using math. Okay, on behalf of V Electronics, this is Obey. Have yourself a great day.